What it do? What it do? What it do? What's good, YouTube? What's going on today, man? I hope everybody is good, man. I hope everybody is doing well, right? But I tell you what, man, I saw this story today and I had to share it with my viewers, man. I think as y'all being truthers like me, you know what I'm saying? Y'all won't like this story. Courtesy of the Daily Express US. Tennessee woman stubbed cigarette out on child 3 before allegedly beating him to death. Thank you, Hannah, for sharing this story with us. And there go that little brother right there. May he rest in peace, man. You know what I'm saying? That is just so terrible, man. Look at that cool little dude right there. And this is what's alleged that his mother done to him, right? Let's get into the story, man. That hurts my heart. A woman from Tennessee has allegedly confessed to subjecting a 3-year-old boy. Man, you see that, YouTube? You see how the ad just popped up? To unimaginable torture and abuse, eventually beating him to death. Cops say the 29-year-old woman, Dominica Mosby, told them she put a cigarette out in the little boy's ear and burnt his genitals with a lighter before beating him to death. OM goodness, man. How and why would you do that to your own child? To any child? Your own son. The victim, Kevin Horton, was the woman's boyfriend's son. Well, I spoke too soon. Well, actually, I didn't. I said anyone's child, let alone your own. So it was her boyfriend's son that she done that to. And you know what, fam? Before we go on, maybe we should pause a minute and express, like I do to all the women as well, men, watch the women that you bring around your children. You know, 9 times out of 10, the majority of women that you bring around your children are great women. They good women. You know what I'm saying? They love children. You know, all women have that mother instinct in them. You know, and for the most part, things will probably be all right. But you still have to pay attention to who you bring around your children, men and women, right? Local Fox affiliate WHBQ interviewed Father Keith Horton about his girlfriend, who stands charged with first-degree murder. He said, I get to the house, she's standing outside. I go in there to see my son. He's ice cold, he's purple. He had been dead, Horton said. Oh my goodness, man. He would never, ever get that vision and that sight out of his head. Never. Never. And if it's shocking to us as we sitting here reading this story, imagine how shocking and traumatizing it was for him. Coming home from work like any other regular day, ready to go play with the little homie, and you go off in there and he's cold like ice and he's purple. He didn't even say daddy. He'll never say daddy again because she killed him. Mosby allegedly confessed to killing Kevin on Friday, revealing the shocking levels of abuse she subjected the little boy to, including torturing him with a lit cigarette and lighter. She told cops she then stomped on his stomach with the heel of her boot and hit him with closed and open hands in his torso and chest. Wow, man, do y'all see this? Do y'all hear this madness, man? This is a 3-year-old that this grown woman was doing this to. She violently abused the child to such an extent that he died of his injuries. And it was all because he wouldn't lie down, as per the charging documents obtained by local CBS affiliate WREG. So she done all of this to her boyfriend's son because he wouldn't lie down. Man, that doesn't make any sense. But y'all know what? Y'all remember when we was little and we had to take naps? You know, we didn't want to take the naps, man. You know what I'm saying? And we did. But you know what I found out? When I used to, excuse me. When I used to didn't want to take a nap, man, my mom made me. But what I found out as I got older and I had kids, you know, when you try to say, oh, I'm going to treat my kids different than my mom and all this and that, you know, I would tell them to go take a nap, and if they didn't lay down, you know what I would do? I wouldn't bother them. And you know what would happen? They'll end up falling asleep because they kids. You see, they little bodies ain't used to staying up all day like that. You know what I'm saying? They go have that little gas for, you know, in the morning or whatever. But around noon, a little bit after noon, they go fall asleep, man. Every time. And that's all she had to do, was let the little 3-year-old fall asleep and just go on about her day. According to the police, Mosby said that Kevin was unwell and was vomiting after being dropped off by his aunt. The child's aunt denies that the child was sick when she left him with the accused on that Friday morning. He was never sick. That was just a story she told to get her story together, to put in people's heads that he was sick leaving my house. The whole time he wasn't sick, the aunt Jasmine Reese told WHBQ. And there go that devil right there. There go that devil right there that done that to a 3-year-old, man. You know what I'm saying? There go that devil right there. And y'all know we don't advocate for violence on this channel. But she gonna have a hard time in prison, man. Those other ladies ain't gonna like that. You know, and it's unfortunate that women are in prison, but a lot of those women are mothers, and a lot of those women have children and stuff. You know what I'm saying? And then here you go, you know, you go be sliding up in there, and you go be done killed a kid in one of the horrific ways I done covered on the channel. Reese has set up a GoFundMe for her nephew, and in the description says Kevin was in perfect health when she dropped him off with Mosby. My 3-year-old nephew was killed by his so-called stepmother, and his biological mother is incarcerated and can't even be here to plan her son's funeral. Reese wrote in the description, adding, "We just want to give him the proper burial he deserves." Wow. And his mom is in the joint right now. How unfortunate is that? And can't even get out to go to your own child's funeral because of the unfortunate choices you made in life that landed you in prison, unless you're innocent and you got wrongfully convicted. She, Mosby, never called anyone, not even his father, to let anyone know that something was wrong with him until it was too late, the description alleges. According to what Mosby allegedly told cops, she awoke around 3 a.m. Saturday and found that Kevin was unresponsive. She then says that she called the police and the boy was pronounced dead at the scene. The medical examiner's report details Kevin's devastating injuries, which include a lacerated liver, internal bleeding, burns on his ear and genitals, and extensive bruising. Wow. Mosby remains in custody and stands charged with murder and aggravated child abuse. Man, did y'all hear that? A lacerated liver, internal bleeding, burns on his ear and his genitals, and extensive bruising. Now, you know the real disturbing part of all of that is all of that. But why did you just, what happened to this woman to where she thought it was a great idea to burn this little boy's genitals? I mean, man, that is just about as demonic and satanic as it can get. Oh, man, you two, what do y'all think about that madness right there, man? I wish they would have had a link for the GoFundMe. I didn't see it on here. You know what I'm saying? But I tell you what, we ain't worried about that stanky bitch right there. We gonna go out with little man's face on the screen, man. You know what I'm saying? You know, an innocent victim that couldn't protect himself from that grown-up monster. You know what I mean? But yeah, you two, what do y'all think about that, man? Drop them comments down below, man. And if y'all, anybody that ever see this video, man, if y'all ever hear or suspect a case of child abuse, man, call the proper authorities. You know, we supposed to protect the women and the children. You know what I'm saying? And that's one of our biggest duties. The same way when we was growing up, the adults protected us. We got to do the same thing because the kids, they helpless, they can't protect themselves. He wasn't strong enough to fight her off. See? So we got to do what's right, man, and step up and protect the women and the children. And with that being said, I say peace.